Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm, and today I'm going to show you how to edit your podcasts using Audacity. So we've already recorded our podcasts. We just need to make them sound good. We need to clean them up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open up a little snippet of a podcast that I recorded just for this purpose. And we will, let's see, where is it? There we go, audioraw.wav. When importing, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to make a copy. Okay, perfect. So now I have my waveform, and this is my audio that I recorded, my raw audio with errors and all.
Hey everybody, welcome to my podcast.
So you can hear that.
Please
that's me.
join.
Well, here's the thing. If we listen very carefully in these silent parts, these parts aren't exactly silent. They're actually kind of noisy. There's a lot of extra noise with cars driving by on the freeway, and with the networking equipment in that closet makes a lot of crazy noise. With kids talking in the classroom, we want to cut out all that extra noise. So there are some things we can do to this waveform to make it exactly what we want. I'm going to teach you how to do noise reduction, which is a really handy tool. It's really helpful. I'm going to select a small portion of a piece of my audio that's supposed to be silent. So I've selected that. I'm going to go up to Effect, and I'm going to go to Noise Reduction right here. Now this menu has two steps, right? So first we have to get a noise profile. So we have to figure out what our silence sounds like, and then down here it actually reduces the noise by these numbers. Noise reduction in decibels, so 12 decibels is going to reduce anything that's supposed to be in that dead zone by 12 decibels with a sensitivity of 6 and frequency smoothing bands 3. Again, you don't need to know what this means, just need to know how to do it. So step one, I have a piece of my silence selected. I'm going to click Get Noise Profile, and then I'm going to go back to Effect and Noise Reduction, and I'm going to click OK. Oh, I'm going to select my entire waveform, go back to Effect, Noise Reduction, and click OK. Now it's going to process it, and now notice that when that was done processing, my silent areas, actually the waveform is less noisy. Now it's kind of just a straight line. So if we were to listen back,
Hey everybody, welcome
it's
to my
much
podcast.
Quieter, right? So I get
Please
rid of immediately
join me
with that
as
one
we
step,
talk to
I get rid of almost all
World
of the
Emeritus
extra
Professor blah blah
noise
blah, and I'm
crap
making
in
things
my
up right
audio.
now.
All right, so there are some other things we can do. First of all, there are some parts in this that are quiet, some parts that are loud, and there are some rapid explosions from quiet to loud, which always sounds weird, and it always makes for a hard listening experience. So what we can do is we can actually normalize the volume of our entire podcast by going into Effect and Normalize. And what this is going to do is it's going to take all of our waveforms and find a decent average so that our volume is roughly maintained throughout the entire thing. So I'm going to click OK, and it normalized my volume. It brought everything up a little bit and brought the silences down. And I could even probably go back in here and do a little bit more noise reduction if I wanted to clean this up anymore. Now let's talk about how to remove errors and how to move some stuff around. So
Blah blah blah, and I'm making.
Let's say I want to get rid of this blah, blah, blah right here, right? I just don't want that anymore in my podcast. So I can select that area, and you would think you could just select delete, or you can select that area and click delete, and you can. And
Professor, and I'm making things up right now.
It works perfectly, right? But there are other options. Let's say we didn't want to just delete that. Let's say we wanted to keep that area open, but we just wanted it to be space, right? We just want to be dead air. What we could do is Effect, and we can, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm not finding it. maybe it's over here. So right here, time shift, we can time shift it. We can draw, we can use multi-tools. There are all kinds of cool stuff up here. Right here, this is the button, silence audio. So I can just silence that piece of audio right there. So now when I play it, instead of deleting,
Professor right now.
it actually
Trying to make it
just
sound
makes
like
it
a
silent,
regular
right?
podcast, even though it's not.
Let's say I wanted to move some stuff around. I wanted to move this phrase over to here, right? Well, copy and paste. It's that easy, right?
Podcast, not a regular podcast. Please join me as we
There we
talk
go.
to.
It's pretty easy to do. Now, let's say we want to add some sound effects, right? Because there are, we're going to want to have music in the background and sound effects. So all we have to do is create a new audio track. Let's see, edit, transport tracks, add new. We can make it a mono track or a stereo track. I'm going to add a new stereo track. So now we have a new audio track down here, and we want to import some audio onto that track. So I'm going to go to import audio, and I already have, let's go back. I already have some background music for another project I was working on. So I'm going to import that, and notice it actually, we didn't even really need to create the track. Okay, perfect. So when you import it, it'll make a new track when it imports audio. That's good to know. So this background music isn't as long as my entire podcast. I could select a bunch of it, copy, and paste, right? To extend it out, which is a pretty easy thing to do. So now I have background music. So if we go back and we play,
Hey everybody, welcome to my
hear that
podcast.
low rumble background
Not a regular.
music. Hopefully you guys find better background music. But it's the same thing with sound effects. You just place them wherever you want, and the player, this slider here, will go across.
Hey everybody,
both
welcome to
tracks,
my podcast.
or in this case, all three
Not
tracks.
a regular
We have a stereo
podcast.
track here.
Please
But it'll go through
join
all the
me.
tracks at the same time. And if you want a sound effects to show up, if you want a sound effect to show up here, you would just put it here on this track. Now when you're done, all you have to do is export the audio like we did last time. Clean up your audio, make it nice, add some sound effects, add some background music, have a fully produced, ready to go product to turn into me. And have fun with this. This is going to be a really good assignment if you take the time to really do it well. You're going to learn a lot, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So thanks for paying attention, and I will see you next time.